face is blurred.
That's dope.
And you're like, so it's pretty cool. So, talking about what the hell is that?
I thought I'd bring out my old pack of cigarettes.
Oh God, cigarettes.
Did you ever smoke?
Never
Never
in my
s-
life.
never
Good for
I
you.
can honestly say I've
Good
never
for
put
him.
a cigarette
did.
to my mouth ever.
Good for you.
I smoked for 20 years probably.
20 years
From
total?
when I was 16 to
Wow.
no more than 20, really.
What made you quit? What made you
COVID, I
quit?
knew that if I stayed home during COVID, I was
Oh.
gonna go through a pack of cigarettes a day. So
So COVID actually made
not
you quit.
not getting COVID. I didn't get COVID.
No, I know.
Just
The COVID,
the time.
pandemic.
Yeah,
The
I was
pandemic.
home,
That
and there
it.
was nothing to do all day, so I was just gonna sit on my porch and smoke cigarettes until I
And you're-
died. So
and
I
you're
was
like, fuck that.
yeah, I'm done.
Makes sense because
Yeah,
being a
I got scared.
bored.
yeah.
But you know,
Call of Duty saved my life, brother.
Call of Duty, being inside. So you never smoked inside the house.
No, I never smoked in my house.
See,
That's
so
a good rule.
maybe- Yeah.
That's a great rule.
I always smoked outside.
Yeah.
Weed, I smoke in my house, but in my
Inside the-
basement
Only in the basement.
for the most part. Yeah.
okay.
Or if my daughter's sleeping in the room, me and my wife might light a J. But
Oh,
weed
okay.
doesn't stick like cigarette smoke sticks. It's
No, it
different.
does.
It's a different.
It
it's a
does.
different- No, it doesn't. You're
It
wrong.
does.
Okay.
As a non-smoker, it doesn't matter. I can
You're
still
wrong.
smell it.
You're
100%.
wrong. Nope, you're wrong.
No.
Again,
What do you mean? Okay.
I can tell that
Let's-
someone smoked.
No,
100%.
definitely.
If it was 5 seconds ago.
Yeah, if it was 5 seconds, you walk in the room. But I'm
Yeah.
talking
10
about.
minutes, 15 minutes.
Yeah, like if I smoke today and you come to my house tomorrow, you're not gonna be like,
Mm,
somebody was smoking a joint in here yesterday.
I bet you I could.
I guarantee you won't.
I bet you I could.
so,
Okay.
So what you're saying is that we can walk into your basement because you smoke in the basement.
Yeah.
And we'll never know that you smoked in the basement.
Unless right after I smoke.
No.
Yeah.
Right after.
You're wrong.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I
You're
didn't know
so
that.
used
If
to the
that's-
smell that you don't notice it. As
No.
someone that doesn't do it all the time, it's
You
it's
understand
permanent.
one
It
thing
sticks
that my
out.
mother lives
Yeah.
with us.
Yeah.
And I've made it a point to ask.
What do you?
Would never know. She can tell when I'm smoking.
You used to smoke cigarettes, so do you believe that theory?
Oh no, but I'm not talking about
Yes.
cigarettes. I'm talking about weed. I'm
That-
not talking about
no,
cigarettes.
I got you.
Yeah.
Because we were talking
cigarettes
about marijuana.
stick to everything.
Marijuana. So
I
marijuana
plead
goes away.
the fifth. I plead the fifth
About what? Cigarettes?
about smoking weed, but
Oh.
it does not stick to you. I plead the fifth.
Gotcha. I think
I would have been fired from 11 jobs.
personally,
like a million jobs.
I
in my
think
life.
it sticks.
It
you
does.
know?
It only
sticks.
is there's
100%.
like it's like cologne. You can spray it on. It
Yeah.
smells nice.
Yeah,
for
but I
like,
wouldn't-
for like an hour.
Bro, I wouldn't
But
wanna
then
buy
it just
free-
fades away, and then you just smell like ass.
Listen,
That's
It's
how
not
it is.
tobacco.
That's
It doesn't
how
have
is
the
with
tar
weed.
that tobacco has. The tars
Hold
would
on.
stick. That's why if you smoke in your house, your ceiling turns yellow because there's tar that
the
sticks.
tar-
Marijuana
Cigarettes.
doesn't do
I
that.
understand that.
Marijuana doesn't do that.
I understand that, but he just compared the smell of weed with cologne. I would never fucking buy a cologne that smells like weed.
Not if it
would.
just smells
Ever,
like weed.
ever.
If it's
in my
weed
life.
mixed with something nice, I
No,
might rock.
But then he compared his body smell with the smell of ass.
I was talking about your body
Because-
smell, not mine. I said,
Because he said
and then
cologne.
you,
Yeah, my
if
ass
you
smells
listen
great.
correctly, I said, and then you smell like ass.
Okay,
But wait, if your ass smells like weed, that's an upgrade.
Does it?
Let's all agree.
I guess.
well,
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
well, yeah.
Like if
I'd
you-
smoke my ass.
All day ass.
I'd smoke my own ass. Everybody?
I don't know
Yeah.
about that.
Just kidding. I plead the fifth.
So you guys are all smokers, right? At one
Ex-smokers
point.
at one point or
Well,
another.
So
Yeah.
as
Long time
No.
ago, yeah.
as a non-smoker, then I'm just asking a generic question. What makes a good cigarette?
I
Weed.
can't even tell you. Weed.
Not marijuana. I'm
Nothing.
talking tobacco cigarette.
That's a difficult
what
question.
Makes the
Nothing.
perfect cigarette?
That's a difficult question to ask a
Because
table
there's
full of people who
so
quit.
many different varieties that drove me nuts.
Oh, I
at-
needed menthol. If I smoked, it
I
had
guess,
to be
yeah,
menthol.
mint.
Yeah, it had to have menthol.
I did menthol, but I think I did the menthol thing because it was cool.
Why-
Everybody was doing it.
There's
I
a
was
difference,
I
though.
was, bro.
If
I'm
you
telling
smoke a Marlboro Red and a menthol, it's the
I
same.
know
Oh,
because
okay.
I know it tastes like shit.
Yeah.
Marlboro Red tastes like
Horrible.
shit. It's like Camels and menthol.
Anything
or-
non-menthol.
But
Bad.
But to be honest, I was around Hispanics, so Hispanics smoked a lot of Newports.
That's what. Yeah, sure.
So I got hooked on Newports a long time ago. And that's what I.
That's real. That's real.
Newports.
And I'm being because I was around people that smoke Newports.
100.
How many of us
So
smoke
100s
Newports
were
here?
just bigger cigarettes. So when you
Newport.
got
No, not
see,
bigger. They had small
Hispanic.
and long.
You smoke Newports.
Everybody
back in the
smoked
day.
So
Newports.
what was in 100 then? What was the
Newports.
difference? Between
That's the
all
difference. Newport 100, and then there's Newports.
But what's the difference?
Hundreds are
Length.
longer than regulars.
So it's just bigger cigarette.
But not all Newports were hundreds.
No.
That's what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
if you got a Newport 100, you got a bigger cigarette.
Correct.
Okay.
And they tasted different, if you ask me.
They did.
Yeah, to me they did.
Really? I just
Even the Kings, like the ones that came in the soft pack, tasted different than the hard pack to me.
really.
I only smoked.
That always cracked me up when people get the box cigarettes and what do?
You gotta pack them
Why?
The
Why do
bottom-
you guys
because
do
it
that?
pushes the tobacco in, so it's not all like loose. You ever seen people smoking a cigarette that looks like a finger? That shit is all bent. They're lighting it down here.
Not only that.
That's why, because they didn't pack it.
If it's windy enough, that
The
shit'll
ashes.
Fly right out, yeah, the cherry.
flies right off of it.
Or-
Especially if you ash it like this.
Yeah?
It'll
Yeah,
just fall
this
out.
is all new to me.
Or
This
it
is
can-
great. This
or
is
if-
good educational.
or
This is
if-
an educational.
Or if
Yeah,
it's
for
really,
those don't smoke.
or if it's really, really windy, the actual ashes can hit your face.
Yeah.
And burn you and stuff like that.
And
Yeah,
it would be
it's-
below zero in New York, fucking snowing, and we'd be outside like idiots.
Oh. We did a whole episode.
We
on
would have to
that,
go
remember?
to. We would be at the club. We'd
Cigarette
have to go
breaks.
get our coat from the coat hanging lady, give her the ticket. You get your coat. You put it on. You go smoke outside in the fucking cold for 10 minutes like an idiot. Come back in, give her your coat, get the fucking car. Then you go back. And anytime you want to smoke a cigarette 10 times for the fucking night because you're drinking, you'd have to go outside. That's when they changed the rules.
So you can
Remember before that? it
You can
was-
smoke inside.
not now.
No,
No,
not now.
but yeah.
Back
Oh,
then you
but-
could,
yeah, yeah.
and by now I mean the last fucking 20 years. It feels like.
I'd hate to
I'll
be
fuck
that
you.
coat lady or person.
Yeah.
I am
That's
so
just thinking
freaking.
like cigarettes and shit.
Yeah,
Clubs
that's
started having to have like
Every
places for
single
people to go
coat.
smoke because of that coat situation. Like there'd be a
No, it's
line
true, it's true.
in the fucking coat rack, people getting their coats to go smoke to come back to go. So they had to open like something. So usually they would have like a little cut in the back where they would open the back door, you go smoke, come back in.
I am so happy I quit way before that.
I did,
Because that sounds
unfortunately.
horrible. Going outside, well,
So
you smoke
How
outside
about-
anyways, but here
How
it's not
about
that cold.
how about the airports with that smoking?
Ugh.
box?
Oh my god.
No, and people
The cancer
looking
box.
For, no, looking for smoking area.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
When you're a smoker, when you're
certain,
you know.
certain airports have these
yes.
boxes in the middle of
Yeah.
like a terminal, and you're like,
And it's just
Is
it
this
looks
real?
like it looks like a white box full of smoke. It's all glass, and you're
walk
just in there like a
it's like a fishbowl.
yeah, for
of-
real.
of
Everybody's just looking
tobacco
at you kill
cancer.
yourself with cancer. I had a layover in
Double
Atlanta,
time.
and I was like, "Where can I smoke?" And they're like, "Oh, there's a smoking." And I went, and I was like, "Holy!" It's like you're smoking human beings. Like there should be
Instead of-
brisket in here.
Instead of lighting a cigarette, you just rip the filter off and just walk in there.
So exactly.
Yeah, that's all you really need to do.
Or just pick up your
Just
T-shirt.
breathe in,
Put,
and then
pick up your
you
T-shirt.
get a stain on your shirt.
Exactly.
I know that I smelled 11 times more like cigarettes after that.
So fill
Oh
me
hell
in.
yeah, that's disgusting.
So when you guys crave a cigarette, what is that craving like? If you don't get it right away, what is your body? What is it telling you? What is it? So if you don't go with a cigarette right away, what happens?
I can tell you, when I was going, I
Yeah.
become an asshole first and foremost.
It
And
Very
irritable.
short temper. Very short temper.
Yeah.
It's like it's a withdrawal. It's the only way I can
it's
describe
like
it.
Yeah, like if you were taking medication for pain.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. You get used to it.
And
you know,
then-
like getting addicted or not addicted. I won't say, well, you
100%
do get-
addicted.
You do get addicted to cigarettes. I have to agree, but
It's the most
you can
addictive
quit.
drug there is.
But
Really.
you can quit. Well, coffee is,
Sugar.
I think is the worst.
Is one of the
And
worst.
Sugar.
yeah.
Sugar.
And sugar's probably,
Sugar
yeah.
is the worst. But you know, smoking.
Nobody said meth.
Pussy too. Pussy's a good
pussy,
word.
pussy.
Pussy's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
good
We've
word.
all been addicted to some pussy.
crack,
Yeah.
What?
Tito, right?
Come
Pussy.
on.
Pussy.
butt crack.
Everybody's had. Everybody. Yep.
But listen, I was one of those smokers, and I'm talking about I smoked like a long time ago,
Yeah.
and I hated it because I hated the smell of smoke on my shit,
Yeah.
especially on my fingers when you smoke. That stuff gets super strong.
Your teeth would change. Your
teeth,
color.
yellow.
Yep.
It's just like drinking coffee and soda or whatever you're drinking.
Yeah.
Your teeth are gonna get stained and everything
Peter.
like that. But you're talking about the weather and stuff like that. So imagine me in the
fine.
desert, 130-degree weather.
Oh, in the army, yeah. And you had to
being
dig a
out
hole.
there, and I had to be out there, and I would smoke that shit. You know, go outside to smoke, cause you know you get
Yeah.
areas that you can AC, but you're out there sweating your balls off,
Yeah.
smelling like ass, like you said. Is
And then
cigarettes.
smoking.
My
Yeah,
brothers.
smoking ass.
My brothers tell me stories of like being on patrol or
disgusting.
whatever, and they'd have to like at night in the desert because you can see everything. It's so dark.
Or you can't.
You'd
smoke.
have to like fucking.
Cover.
He'd have to dig a hole and put
Yeah.
the cigarette in there and then smoke. So if anybody was watching, they wouldn't see the cigarette.
Oh,
light.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
From
your
a dis-
cherry, the cherry.
Yeah, the
right,
cherry.
that's-
Because that's like, oh, there you go. Thanks for
So-
lighting that up.
Well, you see
Dunk.
that. You see that everywhere. You see that in movies, and that's real depiction.
Yeah.
Because that's what they look for. It's
Well,
not
I
just
didn't see it in a
anything.
movie. They told me about it.
You
So-
gotta put that cherry to your mouth. So guess what you're giving? That
Exactly.
sniper,
You're just waiting for that, like,
target.
oh, there it is.
that target, and then it gets as you're sucking in, it gets what?
Brighter.
Brighter, so they can see you more. So,
See,
yeah.
cigarettes kill
2
in more
inches
than
high.
one
More
way.
ways.
Yeah, more ways than just one.
So
Look at
cigarettes
that.
are a lot like beer, where you had there's a ton of different types.
Yeah.
And each one have their own different.
Correct.
Yep.
So what we didn't really establish the best cigarette. What is the worst cigarette? Like what would be? You'd be like someone.
Winston's.
Winston's was the.
Oh
what
my
would you-
God.
Pack of Luckies.
It was like rolling fucking mulch and lighting it up.
Lucky
Stripes are right up there.
Lucky
Winston and Lucky
Stripes,
Stripes
right.
like
Unfiltered camels.
Pall Malls.
Camels. Holy no!
No, those
Pall
are actually
Malls.
good.
Filterless
Those
Pall
are
Malls?
expensive.
Pall Malls. I think.
No, they're cheap.
I
Pall
think-
Malls are cheap.
I
The
think.
305s.
Are they cheap?
Yeah, Pall Malls are like.
So what
they're
are
like
the
look-
fancy? What are the fancy cigarettes that?
Oh, the skinny ones.
Virginia Slims.
Virginia Slims and
Virginia
Benson.
120s.
Benson and Hedges.
Yes.
My mother used to smoke Benson and Hedges.
Your mic.
Your
Your
mic
mic,
is turned
sir.
off. That other way.
Your
I don't
mic.
hear you.
It's not working.
It's off.
We don't hear you, sir.
No.
Well, then that's all that matters, then, right?
Oh, then we good.
Yeah, we good.
We good. What was the joke? Say it again.
We're gonna go. You're
What was
right.
The joke.
But
What's that?
There you go.
Tito's joined the party.
For not a smoker, you know a lot about fucking cigarettes.
All
you
right.
know why? I tell you why. Because I was working at Walgreens and working the front cashier for
Yeah.
these people would come in and I recognized them. I knew exactly what cigarette.
Yeah.
And if I didn't have that particular one, they wouldn't get another
Yeah,
cigarette.
yeah, fuck that.
There was this one woman that come in every day. Every day. She couldn't buy it. She never made sense. Why wouldn't you just buy a carton? You're in here every day buying the same cigarette. She'd come in for Virginia Slims Menthols 120. It was the light blue
Really long,
Virginia
skinny.
Slims 120s. That's the only. It was. I don't know why. What 20s? They're
I've
just
never
bigger
seen
Yeah,
cigarettes. I
longer,
guess.
skinny.
They're a
Remember the
120.
Capris? Capris used to be the same. They used to come in
Yeah.
a little square box. You can't look like a man. Like no dude should be smoking those cigarettes. Like, with the little stick, just like you're smoking a lollipop stick. Just can't help it. Sorry.
But I
be
used
tough and do
to
that.
like
It's
I
not
used to
gonna work.
stock them, and I would just see, and like you guys said, like the Newports were number one, and then the Marlboro Lights were number two. Box.
That's what the.
They would never buy soft
White
pack.
ones.
Soft pack would only be last resort when the box was out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never.
Man,
I
soft
never
pack.
smoked Kings.
Everybody hated on soft pack, but soft packs made you look cool when you took a cigarette out of that motherfucker.
You had to like tap it on your finger to get it to
and
come out.
one cigarette
Yeah,
would
that's
come out,
dope.
and then you go.
That's dope.
You're like fucking this guy.
De Niro and Goodfellas.
It was his
007.
Dice Clay was his.
Oh.
Andrew Dice.
Andrew
Hey,
Dice.
you
I
didn't-
just
You
want
don't
to
even
say
have
the
to
last
flip the box.
time
You can do
anybody
it
looked cool.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah. You tap on it and it comes up.
The last time anybody looked cool with a soft pack of cigarettes was during Greece when they used to put it in their arms, fold it in their
And I think
t-shirt.
I think he went like that and got a cigarette.
And they used to just go like that and pop it into their mouth from the
If
bottom.
it's a full pack, you tap on the top and it comes up like magic.
I never did that trick
Yeah, I hated those. Soft
because
packs.
I used hard packs because soft packs would not work because they would get crushed in my
Yeah, in your
pocket.
They
pocket.
were
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, they would get crushed.
You know,
and-
going
and suck.
when NASCAR used to be sponsored by Winston, right?
Oh,
It used to be
gosh.
Winston Cup Racing. So when I used to go to the Daytona 500, when it was sponsored by Winston, they would have like a giant, giant tent for cigarettes.
And they would just
Giving
give them
them
out.
They would give you 2 cartons of cigarettes, whatever one you wanted, just for showing up. They would give you cartons of cigarettes, right?
They still do that?
No,
kidding.
because
Hell no!
So-
them things are like
Because I
we
know a
used to
guy
be
in
able
New
to
York
smoke
who
in the
saw 'em.
stands and
He
stuff.
can-
And
he
as
can move 'em. He
a
can move 'em.
non-smoker, I was like, oh, when Clinton came into office, remember one of the things he did was eliminated all tobacco cigarettes for sponsorship.
Oh, because of kids.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
the Camels, remember the
stopped
Camel,
Camel
and all got
thing,
kicked
yeah,
out,
yeah,
all
yeah.
that.
You couldn't put up
smoking-
billboards or make
nothing.
commercials
Yep.
anymore. You couldn't smoke on TV shows
So,
anymore.
The funny part, the following year, when Winston got kicked out, Nicorette was the big sponsor.
Gum.
So instead of having a giant tent, it was now a Nicorette thing, and they were handing out Nicorette to
Gum.
get everyone to
Oh,
quit.
And everybody was in that thing just
yeah.
withdrawn because you used to be able to just smoke at those races, right?
Yeah, on in the stands.
You just be in there, and just be a
Yep.
whole cloud.
Everybody
Cars are
would
trying
get
to
it.
drive by. It's just smoky and shit.
Yep.
Like, yeah.
And it was.
And
then-
now,
And now you can't
Wow.
smoke in the stands.
airplanes.
You
You used to
can't
be able to
smoke-
smoke on airplanes.
Restaurants.
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 Airplanes is the craziest thing to me.
No, that is crazy.
Because, first of all, everybody in there, regardless of what you say, is breathing that recycled air, my dude. So
100%.
everybody's getting that smoke.
Yeah. Yes.
I
No,
flew.
100%.
I flew on planes
Yeah.
that you could smoke in.
Yeah.
It's awful. I
that
bet.
were long freaking
Yeah.
because it was back in the days,
Yeah.
long flights to
Yeah.
like Europe and stuff like that. And you could smoke, but you don't get it. It's just like being go to the fucking club. We used
Yeah,
to go to
same shit.
clubs
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
get hit by the wall of
100%. I used to be the one in there, like, what's up? What's your name, girl? Blowing right in their face.
Remember Wendy's had that the curved
Yeah.
the window in front
Yeah.
of Wendy's.
What do
the
they call
front of
that?
Wendy's. The old
Yeah.
Wendy's had that. What is it called? Like a solarium.
Solarium.
outside,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. That's
But
the
that was the
side
smoking
that was the
section
smoking
in
area. Yep.
Wendy's.
I don't
Remember?
And Burger King. Burger King
And
had it
Burger
too.
King had that too. It was just that
Yeah,
that
McDonald's, they all
dome.
had it.
Holy
Red
crap,
Lobster.
Denny's was notorious for having the smoking being right next to the non-smoking. All you had was a table separating.
Listen, I had a manager at Burger King who used to go on her break and sit in the fucking dining room and eat while she was smoking. Bro. She'd be there, taking a bite of the burger.
I only got 30 minutes.
Yo, she was taking advantage.
She would go
of it.
stand in the dining room even while she was working, where people would, where the smokers would eat. She would go stand there and smoke.
So she never.
Not even go outside.
So she never had an after a meal smoke.
No,
'Cause,
she
you
had
know,
during.
During,
During,
and after.
before, and after. He had
Wow.
before, after, in the middle.
Because that's the thing, right? Like you always have to. If you're a smoker,
Yeah, right after
you always
eat.
got to smoke after you eat.
Right
Why?
after.
Like sex, same thing. You had
Yep.
to.
Right
Why?
after
After you smoke a blunt.
when you wake up.
Drink
that was
coffee.
the worst for me. Whenever when
That
I was
morning
quitting,
cigarette.
whenever I would smoke weed, and right afterwards, you just want to light a cigarette because it like boosts the high.
Oh,
like, You know what I'm
really?
saying? Like you'd be like, boop, next
Wow.
level.
Wow.
But now after you quit, that's the worst time for me. That is definitely the worst.
The
Time.
morning cigarette, man.
While you're taking a shit,
I never smoked while I was taking a shit. I've never done that.
I've never done that
smoking
either.
a cigarette while taking a shit.
You
man.
smoked while you took a shit? Nice. Good one.
Really nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's Rob, DJ Big Rob. He's visiting with us today.
What's up, Rob?
So it is a thing then. While taking a shit. Wow.
I've never done it, but I guess
Never
it's a
done
thing.
it. Wow.
I'd be scared. You get the wrong
You know-
fumes
you know
mixed.
when you
you blow
smoke a
yourself off the
cigarette,
toilet.
You know when you first light a cigarette, you're like, oh shit, I gotta go take a shit.
That happens to me. Right after I
Well,
smoke the cigarette, I gotta go
if
take a
you're
shit.
already prepared.
So it's like
Right there.
It's almost like drinking coffee.
Oh, if you drink coffee and smoke a cigarette at the same time, you might as well just sign the next
Go
15
sit on
minutes
the
of your
toilet.
life away because you're gonna be
Get
shitting.
a coffee table for your bathroom.
Yeah.
All right, what is worse? Being in a room full of smokers or being in a car with a smoker?
Same thing.
It
I
depends.
think it's
in
the
the,
room.
no, in the car, if the
you're
windows are
hotboxing it.
open,
Yeah, if they're
the
open.
windows open, you're good.
No, you're not.
Yeah, you are.
You still get it. You still get
I
it.
mean, I understand, but it's
You
not the same as being
still-
locked in a
yeah.
room with somebody.
How
So if I
about-
had a choice, I'd choose the car with the windows open.
Can you imagine? I don't know if you guys ever did this as smokers, but people that smoke with their windows up in the car.
That's crazy to me.
Oh,
I never did
hell
that. I
no.
never did
You've
that.
seen that, right?
Weed,
they're-
I've done weed.
No,
I have
not weed,
seen
but
it, yeah.
cigarettes. They're smoking in the car, and there's no ventilation.
The
like,
AC's
what are you
probably running.
doing?
You know what's crazy?
Their AC.
I remember
I couldn't do that. No.
Clearly
no way.
in the 80s and early 90s, mothers driving in their cars with their kids,
Oh yeah,
in the
baby.
back.
not even in
back.
You
seats
still
in the
see
back,
that nowadays.
smoking with the fucking windows up, and the kids are in there just,
The animals.
If you don't sit down, I'm gonna burn you with my cigarette.
yep. You straight up, they be talking to their kids with the ash like this.
I bet you.
People probably did that, but
Yeah.
but you could see it in the movies with the ladies carrying their babies in their arms and smoking cigarettes.
First of all, people
Now it's
who
like
didn't
frowned
smoke
upon,
Yeah.
smoked in front of people to look cool. Like it was a different thing. Like
Yeah.
now,
Yeah.
smokers look like idiots, which I'm glad. Kids, the
Look.
amount of smokers in the country is going down every year.
100%.
And
Kids
then-
are smarter now.
True.
That's good.
True. And then at work, you smoke because you just wanted to take that smoke
Fucking
break.
extra 15-minute
That's
break.
smoke.
Don't get me
100%.
going.
Telling you.
Don't. We had this conversation before, and it didn't end well.
Yeah.
That is the most frustrating thing
I
in
understand.
the world, as a non-smoker.
I get your
How
argument,
many
but we
fucking
found the
breaks
loophole.
Smokers get.
We found the loophole and you didn't find it. That's
it's
your
supposed to.
bad.
So-
Start smoking.
So,
Join. We
would you
risk
sh-
cancer for those
And
breaks.
you know-
Non-smokers should just go to the bathroom and chill in the bathroom for a bit.
And people.
I've done that too. Where you're just so tired, especially in the kitchen, you'd be like, just go to the bathroom and sit down for 10 minutes, bro.
I gotta
'cause,
go poop.
Yeah, I gotta go take a
poop.
shit.
Yeah, and you just sit
It's always
down.
good to do that on company time, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck
Taking a
that.
shit on company time is great,
It's
though. I
really
just want to
good.
say that. I know it's not what we're talking about. but it's
Not
great.
that I do that.
I don't have a choice. I work at home. I have to take
Hold
a
on,
shit on
let me
company
make-
time.
make sure
I can't punch out to
Great
go take a
value is
shit.
not
If
shown.
your bathroom garbage can has an ass print, it's Peter's.
What?
No.
I don't want to know
He
about
goes
that.
to the bathroom, closes the door, sits on top of the garbage can.
That's another topic for another show.
I don't want to know about
That's
that.
another topic.
Peter likes to
Listen,
shit in hand towels.
No,
in
no,
people's
no,
houses,
no. I'm
apparently.
saying bathrooms
wanna
in
know
general, like what makes a really good bathroom a public bathroom. Like some bathrooms you walk in, you're like, damn, this is a nice bathroom.
Let me tell you something. If you're talking about bathrooms,
Yeah.
they'll never be the way they used to be.
No.
When we were young and you go to the bathroom and they had the attendant and the dude had every cologne in the
Everything,
world,
bro.
and you give him $1 and he'll fucking put talcum powder on you, he'll
Yep.
powder your ass.
That's a up north thing.
That's an up north thing.
That's
I
an
don't know if
up
they
north
had
thing.
them out here.
It's very rare down
They have
They
there.
them
had
in
them in the
clubs,
clubs.
yeah.
In the
In New York, they had them in clubs,
shittiest
restaurants.
bathrooms possible too.
Yeah.
New
It
York, they
was
had
like one
bathrooms.
urinal, one toilet, and
And
there's
the
a
guy-
motherfucker standing in the corner.
One toilet while you're shitting, looking at you, eye contact the whole
I'm
time.
like, I didn't even touch my
Is
dick,
everything
bro.
coming out okay, sir?
I don't need your stinging towel.
What
Do you
about
need a
those?
cigarette, sir?
And they
Cigarette-
sell cigarettes. They give you cigarettes.
That's true. They sell cigarettes.
Well, they used to just give them to you at one point. Then when cigarettes got expensive, they would sell them for $1. But
All right.
gum,
What's cooler?
Have you guys ever
go.
tried? Have you guys? Hold that one.
Yeah, yeah,
have you
yeah.
guys
I
ever
thought we were talking
tried?
about smoking.
That's what I'm going back to.
talking about everything.
Have you
as
guys ever
usual.
tried cigarettes or cigarettes out of the country, like Marlboro, but
Yes, I lived
made
in DR.
somewhere? So, do they taste like shit?
No. You want to know the truth?
The
They
truth.
taste fresher.
Really?
Yes.
Well,
The only time I could ever smoke a Marlboro Light was in Dominican Republic
really?
because they don't have Newports.
Oh, okay.
Well,
okay,
back
okay.
then.
Now they probably do.
Now I don't know. Probably.
Okay, well, the cigarettes that they sell in other countries, like Asia or whatever,
Yeah.
are completely
Different?
taste different. Yeah.
Okay.
They're the actual people that live there rather buy, made in
Made
the US.
here.
Yeah, made here. Cigarettes, and they
The
pay
chemicals were making
and
good.
they pay more for them too.
Yeah.
So
All
I
right.
like all the
people,
I like the
people used to get in
poisons my
trouble for
tobacco.
selling
what
cigarettes.
I was gonna say.
Trafficking cigarettes.
I know a lot of people who got locked up in New York for selling cigarettes.
Were you a matches guy or a lighter guy?
Who the fuck was a matches guy?
Yeah, no, exactly.
Who the fuck does that? Who's hey, how you
the
doing?
cool people, like in the movie.
No.
No, bro.
Clint Eastwood.
No. If you tried to light a cigarette after 1989 with a light, with a match, you got no pussy. I don't care who
Who's
you
the
are.
other guy? Clint Eastwood.
You had to have a Zippo.
John Wayne,
A Zippo.
motherfucker.
You
You
got
had to
it on
have
the
the Zippo
table.
with the no on the jeans.
Zippo, the
Wyatt
Zippo,
Earp.
and then when
Wyatt Earp.
the little flamethrowers started
Yeah,
coming out,
yeah, the torches.
everybody had to
Yeah,
get a
yeah.
torch.
And then if you didn't know how to use it, that shit came out like this much, burned half your cigarette, you look like an asshole. Don't ever do that.
Played
Don't
it
ever
off
do
too.
that.
You played it off.
Played it off too, like, wait.
I'm not wasting this motherfucker.
Whoever lit a cigarette in the opposite side. You like the
Lord.
filter? You're not even looking. You think you're cool. You had like 4 drinks.
Who's
You at the
inhaled?
club and you're like,
Who's inhaled it?
first of all, I took more than one pull, bro. I was like,
Oh, then you go fucked up there.
oh shit.
Why? So because that filter actually does do
Yo, that-
something.
It lights on fire. It starts to
Instantly.
melt.
Yes.
It's like melting
Instantly.
plastic.
You're sucking in plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you turn it around and light the other end like nobody saw it, but everybody saw it.
Cut the filter.
Done that too.
Oh man.
Cut the filter. People remove the
But
filter.
you notice though, around
Oh,
the-
in New York, I used to take the tobacco out and
Yeah.
load it with weed and smoke in school. 'Cause they used to let us smoke
Oh.
cigarettes. So I used to go to the
Oh,
back, and the guards would come out, and I'd be like, I'm smoking a
They
cigarette.
used to let you smoke cigarettes in
In
school.
school, yes.
No,
Me
really.
and him went to the same high school. Shout out Herbert H. Lehman High School in New York. The Bronx.
Now they're gonna get.
How about the pranks where they put
Sanctioned.
gunpowder inside it and they're smoke it and then poof.
It's not gunpowder. It's phosphorus from the tip of a. You can just take a tip of a match and stick it in, and when they light it, it goes. Ksh.
Never done that.
Yeah, stupid games we played with cigarettes.
What do you call those? Una mecha. ¿Cómo se dice una mecha? Flint? A flint? Like
No,
Oh.
the flint, like the flint, but it's
yeah. Like you light a firework, you know that
what do you
little.
call those?
It's phosphorus. It's phosphorus.
No,
Yeah,
it is
but
phosphorus. But
What's this little string you call when you light a
Oh, wick.
the wick?
wick.
The wick of a
wick of a
fire.
candle,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
wick
It
of a.
goes- It does that.
Yeah.
Like the
Bird.
You could buy the
like the
cigarettes that would
fucking
blow up.
dynamite. When you light a dynamite, goddamn it.
Blow up cigarettes, bro.
Bro, you want to hear a
Blow up
story?
cigarettes.
You want to hear a story?
I love Hector's story time.
First of all,
Stick it in it.
love it.
and you know what's
Love it.
beauty?
He's gonna
This
help-
He
man
was
knows.
part of it?
This man knows because it was in high school.
Okay.
So in high school, back then cigarettes used to cost $3.16 a pack. I will never forget. $2.50, $3.16, something like that.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yep. And you used to buy your pack of cigarettes. It would last you the week until
Right.
people start bumming. You get those dudes
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
that start bumming.
Uh-huh.
All right, no problem. So, rest in peace. Had a friend. I don't even know if I should mention his name because he's passed. And this
Initials.
No, just say
Initials?
friend. I had a
initials
friend.
with a T.
Okay.
Played on the team with us.
All right.
Got tired of dudes asking him for cigarettes.
Good
And
time.
we were joking about it, and my man went and took the cigarette and put the tip of the cigarette
Oh no.
in his ass. He just-
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, the
And
filter.
put it in the cigarette. He was like, I guarantee this dude's gonna ask me for a cigarette. And put it on the side of the pack, and lo and behold, 2 minutes later, here comes a bum Elliot asking for a fucking cigarette. Yo, can I get a cigarette, yo? Yeah, I got you, bro. And I just sat there and watched that dude smoke the entire cigarette, and he put it in his mouth, lit it, took it out, and said, dead, bro. That's what did it. It was the.
He got a
like-
piece of hair. He got a hair.
Like, was that just a little chunk of ass? Did you get a little bit? But that's why you don't ask people for cigarettes. Buy your own fucking cigarettes. If you're gonna kill yourself, do it on your own.
Because it's annoying, right?
Yeah.
Because people do it all the
Especially
time.
when they started
right?
getting expensive.
Yeah.
New York people are paying over $10 for a pack of cigarettes.
true.
Ask me for a
Taxes,
cigarette. I'm gonna
because of
fuck you up.
taxes,
Yeah.
yeah.
The cigarettes don't cost that much. They tax it that much.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the problem. Texas.
Ask me for a cigarette. Go ahead.
And what are you gonna say? No.
You just go fuck yourself. They're like $1 million. That's one of the reasons I stopped smoking.
So how much were the cartons in New York?
Oh shit.
Just
I don't even
$10.
remember. Yeah.
$10 a pack. That's
And $10 a pack is, I mean, when I left New York, it was fucking almost $10 a pack or $10 a pack. I don't even know what they are now. They gotta be like 15,
I think they're more than that.
probably more.
I bet you they're a lot.
Yeah, they gotta be
than
more
that.
because here I think it's $10 now.
It's $8
Yeah,
something. It's
$10.
$8 something.
I pay more than 10 for mine. When I get 'em.
holy crap.
Holy.
So how much
shit.
But
is
they're
a?
organic.
So how
They're
much
organic.
is the thing?
So they're about $8 probably
They're
for a
American
regular one.
Spirit.
Yeah.
So how many packs are in a carton?
10.
If you look at cigarettes, none of them have ingredients written on them, except for these. These actually have
The organic
ingredients.
ones.
They're
So
still
you
bad
you
for
talking
you.
about like probably
Yeah.
$70, $80 for a
Organic.
carton. Easy. $70, $80
Or
for a
100.
In
Or
New York, it's
$100.
over 100 for a carton. Back
Holy
when I was
I'm
there.
sure.
carton. No freaking way.
So I
Everybody.
can only imagine.
Everybody should
So
quit.
I'll tell you what, when I smoke one of mine and I smoke a Newport, I'm like, holy shit, these suck. Newports suck the majorest cock ever, bro.
Cigarettes
It's
in general suck
smoking
cock. So
cardboard
children,
wrapped up in paper.
kids, if you're ever watching, don't smoke.
Cigarettes
Period.
smoke.
Correct.
Yeah.
Don't
Fuck
smoke. If you're
cigarettes.
gonna smoke organic.
Just smoke weed once
so
you're
the,
of age
The average
It'll
price,
hurt your pocket and your lungs.
Illegally.
and legally.
The average price around the country. So this is the average, not just based on state. The average for the country
know.
is $8 a pack.
That's what I figured.
The average, but in
Yeah.
some states it's up to $16 a pack.
That New
What
York,
state?
New
What
York.
state?
Just
That's
say
it.
New
Gotta
York.
be
Why do
said.
they say some states?
It
Just
just
say
say-
New York.
Gotta be New York.
Probably California,
probably
right?
California.
And Cali
California.
probably
Yeah.
also.
California, they probably short you instead of the regular cigarette. They give you a point.
Do you want the
2.5.
other half of the cigarette too?
Exactly.
That's an extra 50 cents per cigarette.
Exactly. They give you shorty
A
boxes.
carton ranges up to $55.
Not in New York, but yeah. I hear you.
Damn.
$55.
I think 55 at a duty-free place.
Maybe.
It got to the point in New York where cops would come up to you and take your cigarettes and look at the stamp. That's how bad it got in New York. Because people said, "Fuck, I'm not gonna buy in the store."
Oh, like
so
they're
people
bringing
would
them in.
cross and go to Jersey,
That's
buy them
true.
cheap in
Oh, the
Jersey,
stamps,
bring them
yeah.
and sell them from their basement type shit.
That's crazy.
Everybody had. You went from just having a weed guy to having a weed and a cigarette guy.
Like the scene in Goodfellas where Henry got busted singing cigarettes on the back. What do you want?
Man, no, I'm with Paulie.
Yeah, tell you everything's
No,
okay.
I'm with Paulie.
Stores closed.
Damn.
So cigars, what's the difference?
You can't inhale cigars.
Why?
That's just what. That's for
Because
taste.
there's no filter there, dog. And
It's
that's
just-
pure tobacco and
That
it's
shit'll
thicker,
fuck you up.
different
That
colors.
shit'll fuck you up.
Tell you another story.
You'll either
It's for taste.
inhale enough to get you a nice buzz,
Yep.
or you'll inhale too
Why
much to make you
haven't they
throw up.
added filters to cigars?
There
They do.
is.
Some
There is.
have them.
So you
but they're not
can't
worth shit because you shouldn't
Alright.
be inhaling that
There
period.
is.
What
There
kind
is
of pussy
difference.
smokes a fucking cigar with a filter, bro?
People who want to inhale it.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm just asking a question. That's all.
And people that want to be healthier too.
They
because
do that
think-
with black and milds, and that's
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're not
horrible
good either.
too.
But I took a Macanudo, a Dominican Macanudo.
Okay.
That somebody gave me a cigarillo.
And you smoked the whole thing?
No, I fucking cut it open
Oh, okay.
and rolled the blunt. But those things aren't like when you buy a
it's one
Dutch in the
leaf. Yeah,
store.
it's one
it's
whole
it's
leaf.
not just one leaf. It's a million leaves when you
Oh,
cut
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
It's a bunch of layers. So I took off the layers that I could, but I left way too much. And I rolled
Good
that shit
job.
and smoked it. And bro, it was a Friday in New York. I remember we were going out. People were gonna expect it.
hit you
Bro,
freaking hard.
I turned green. Threw up in
You
the
throw
living
it on.
room. Oh, I didn't go nowhere. I'm like, I'm nowhere.
And
Cell
that's
phones
what-
just came out. I had
And
an
that's why
Omnipoint.
you don't inhale
That's why.
because it would make you
And that's
throw
the
up.
reason why you don't inhale.
It will make you throw
That's
up.
the
It's like
reason.
it's like most people that do talking about tobacco.
Yeah.
When
Chew?
they dip, chew. They usually don't swallow it, but there's people that swallow it.
Speaking
They don't
of
swallow
that.
it because it'll make you throw up.
That is gross.
You ever seen Doc Hollywood with
With
Michael J. Fox?
Michael J. Fox, yeah.
the little kid that
Yeah.
got into pops,
Yeah.
chaw,
Yeah. Oh,
and then the old doctor he was like, just drink a soda. He just had some
Some bad shoes.
And this Doc Hollywood was gonna have a whole surgery done for him.
yeah. Oh,
Let me tell you something. I worked at racetrack, and those things smell so good.
Oh look, you look so cool smoking.
And it's not. It's vaping. Vaping.
Still
It's not quite the
smoking.
same. It's not quite the same. But anyway, fucking those things smell so good.
Yeah, oh yeah,
And
fruity.
it's not even just fruity, minty, whatever it
That
is.
too,
You're like,
yeah.
oh, it smells. And there was one day, and I was like, fucking, and just took the littlest bit just to. I do not understand how people do that.
I don't.
I
It's-
do not. First of all,
I'll tell you why.
It
I'll tell you
stings.
why. I
It
used to-
burns
I
your
did that.
tongue.
I did that. I did the actual leafy kind.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
And then they came out with the little pouches. With the,
yeah.
Bro, that is like Red Bull times 20.
what
That's
does
why
it
people
Can't
do?
do it.
swallow it.
It just gives you
give
an
you a
high.
bunch of energy, bro. A bunch of energy.
Gives
To
you
be
a
honest,
high.
that's all it is. It's a
It's like
bunch of energy.
So that scene in Sandlot's pretty accurate, where they all do that. and
But
all
they
get-
swallowed
throwing
it.
up? Yeah.
They swallowed it. That's
Yeah.
the problem. They swallowed it.
I didn't even get to that point, bro. I put that shit in and I chewed it twice, and
Yeah.
wherever it was touching my tongue hurt, nigga. I was like, ugh.
The type that I got was not chewable. It was just dip. You just put it there.
Yeah,
and-
well,
and
I
it
didn't mean I
sits.
chew it. I just mean I wet it up and put
starts
it in
to
my.
it gets tingly.
Yeah, yeah,
And
I don't
sour,
like
and then when before it gets to the back of your throat, you gotta spit it out.
I tried it once.
Yeah, never do that again.
And I remember the same thing's the story.
Yeah.
I started getting dizzy,
Yeah.
and I just
Swallowed it.
threw up. I was like,
You
that's it.
swallowed
That
it.
was it.
No, I didn't swallow it.
You must
It's
have.
just no, I didn't
I
swallow
never
it.
That only
swallow
happens
shit.
if
I
you
so
spit it
swallow.
all out.
It was so strong.
Dude,
that I
what'd you
started
do,
getting dizzy.
Copenhagen, bro?
I don't remember.
I
That's-
did.
that's
It
some
was
strong-ass
Copenhagen
shit.
mint. It
That's
was
some strong-ass
Copenhagen
shit.
mint.
Well, it was a
I
long
was just
time
doing
ago.
skull.
Skull, and then there's grizzly.
the
Grizzlies.
The grizzly, or they had some wolf shit too. I think.
Yes.
And they all look so cool. Like
Yeah.
the little thing containers. You're like,
And then-
it's got a big bear on it. It's
Bro,
masculine as
They
fuck.
all sponsored
Fuck
a
all that.
NASCAR.
And
They
then
were all
guess
awesome.
and then guess what they do with it too? They tap it.
You gotta pack it. You gotta
They
tap it
They
just
pack
like
it
the
into a little
cigarettes.
corner,
Just
open
like
it
the
up, and it's all on
cigarettes.
one side of the can, and then
My brother just gets now. He gets the.
some cowboy shit.
It's just some
Yeah.
pouches of nicotine. It's not
Yeah,
good
the-
per chew. It's literally just nicotine, and he just walks around with a pouch of nicotine in his mouth. I'm like,
That's how they do it now instead of.
I guess it's
saying,
better
well,
than cigarettes.
Yeah, I guess so. But then your mouth starts rotting and.
Anybody do the
Yeah.
patch before? Put on a patch.
I smoked cigarettes with the fucking patch on, bro. That shit did nothing for me. I went from a pack a day to two
Watch-
with the shit on.
While chewing Nicorette.
While chewing Nicorette gum.
They didn't do nothing.
Yeah, for real.
I never did.
And
yeah.
dipping the other. There was dipping this cheek.
So cold
Think about
turkey's
them.
the best way.
If you're gonna quit, just do it.
Just do it.
It
And-
gets to a point where, if you're if like, you just know, I just can't do it anymore. And once you make that decision and cross that line, you don't go back for the most part.
It starts.
I
it
didn't
starts-
go back
yeah.
at all, and I came
Financially,
here and I
too.
boom, yeah,
Yeah.
100% save
Yeah.
a whole shit ton of money that I could spend on weed. I came here when I first started doing the podcast, and I took a cigarette from him
Yeah.
and smoked it, and I
probably
halfway
got
through I got
dizzy.
nauseous.
See.
Right
Didn't
away.
like it, smelled like asshole. And even afterwards, on myself, I was like, my fingers, I kept, like, I was just, when you remember when you were a kid and you got a little bit, you'd be like, smell that. JC, smell, seriously. That's what it was, but it was not good. It was cigarettes. I was like, ew, all day. Just,
And it gets in your beard. Too,
Oh, and your
with-
mustache.
It gets everywhere.
and I never had a beard this long while I smoked, thank God. Because if I did, that shit would smell like just straight cigarettes.
That crap gets everywhere, man. It gets on your clothes, your hair, everywhere. You wash it, it's still there. Like we said earlier, you go when we used to go to the clubs and smoke inside.
Yeah.
You get it so much into your pores.
Leather
They just-
jackets, it never comes out of.
Exactly, you're fucked.
I used to lift
You
my
are
leather
fucked.
jacket and be like, holy shit.
It just
would
sticks to
smell like
leather better.
cigarettes. Yeah. I don't know what it is about that.
Yeah.
So
Leather
sitting-
couches? Anybody
Oh,
smoke on
yeah.
leather couches?
Oh, so
Forget it.
If you had leather seats in your car, forget it.
Forget it. Forget it. 100%.
I will say the cool thing about
Forget it.
cigarettes, as a non-smoker, the cool thing, like in movies especially, it's something about the thing where they do the drag, and they
You
put
can
it
tell
out.
you never smoked in your life. By the
I
way
don't
you
know.
do
I have
that.
never done it exactly, but the
It
way
goes
they
like
put
this.
it
It goes
out,
like this.
yeah. Yeah, but sometimes when they dab it too and the ash stuff,
You gotta-
it is
you gotta do the
kind
little
of it is a
flip.
cool.
Or you do the finger one. There's a few.
Yeah,
There's a few.
there's a couple.
It depends.
I
When
like
you're
the one-
serious,
I like the
you go
one-
your finger. I'm not fucking playing with you. I need you to fucking understand what I'm saying
And
over
then,
here.
and then they flick it at
And
them.
then they flick the
And
cigarette at you, you
bounces-
fucking hump.
And it bounces off of them and shit. And then they exhale.
So there is some coolness to
There's
it.
a lot.
Humphrey Bogart, you can't see him without a cigarette. He's cooler smoking this.
I feel like if I need to act tough
Yes.
without a cigarette, I'm at a disadvantage.
Right.
Like when I had it,
Yeah.
when you got your cigarette, who the fuck are you talking to?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I will
You
come the fuck. I will
Yeah.
fucking. You know what I'm saying?
You could do a whole
You can't-
scene.
yeah.
You could do a whole scene
with
without
a
saying a
cigarette.
fucking word. You just
Yo,
like
he's
that motherfucker and be
pissed.
like,
And you're like, oh, he's pissed.
Yeah.
And
about
then
to
you jump
fuck
over
him
the
up.
table. You know what I'm saying? It just looks good.
walks away.
How about the people that are in mid conversation? Hold on a second, and they do the whole likeness cigarette.
The
too.
Diamond Dice Clay guy,
Yeah,
man.
It's
You gotta go
He's
behind
like,
your head and all that. I'm
Oh,
not doing all
it
that
is-
shit.
There is
There's
a
certain-
coolness to it. There
Yeah,
is.
when he goes
There
like
is.
that.
There was.
Yeah.
Now you look like an asshole
Yeah.
because we just know, which is great, and I'm glad the kids have dropped it. Like it's not like you go to high schools now, kids can't smoke, they don't smoke.
Yeah.
Like it's not the way when you went to my high school, everybody was smoking.
But I think they're still using it in movies and stuff a
I
lot.
think
for bad guys.
There's
Yeah.
permits
You know.
involved though. I think
think
that the
they are.
government doesn't allow it. I think they have
yeah.
to get permits for it.
There's certain amounts that you
Yeah.
can. It can't be every scene unless
Yeah.
it's like pertinent to the character or a time. If you're depicting the 80s or 90s, then you can do whatever the
So
fuck you want.
so hold on. So see, you got to get permits and stuff. So is
Yeah.
is it going away because people are being forced?
No, I think it's because kids got
Because
smarter.
of the money.
You know how many years?
Yeah, but they're
we
vaping.
talked-
There's kids that are
It's
vaping.
not the
and-
same though, dog. It's
How
not
do
the
we
same.
know? How do we know?
It's
Maybe
not-
because-
Now they're doing vape commercials. Have you seen them?
Exactly. And they're fruity. These things.
Just as addictive as crack.
These things.
And I
careful,
agree.
guys.
I agree. It's not great. They shouldn't be doing it, but it's still better than cigarettes.
Have you seen that commercial?
100%.
What I'm talking about?
Listen,
No.
But the
Dude,
studies.
the kid drops his.
Carcinogens. There's no carcinogens. God.
You guys done with the fucking nutritional facts of this shit? God
like
damn
it.
it.
I like it.
The kid drops. They're on a road trip. The kid drops his vape somewhere in the car. He's like, "Pull over!" Ah! And they get out, and he's like, all the friends are like looking
I
at
haven't
him
seen
like,
that.
and he's searching in the car, and then it cuts out, and the narrator's like, "Did you know that vaping was just as addictive as cocaine or crack?" Or some shit like that. I was like,
Well,
what
here's
the
what I'm
fuck
saying.
is
I've
going
never
on,
seen
yo?
somebody suck a dick for a vape. I have
Exactly.
seen people suck dick for crack. I'm just
You ever
saying.
suck dick for marijuana? No.
I don't think I've ever seen people suck dick for cigarettes or for fucking vapes.
No.
Crack. That's the thing. That's the difference, right? If the
Right.
drug
But what
makes
about a
you suck a
sandwich?
dick, then chances are
No,
it's not good.
but go back to to why did cigarettes have so many taxes on them? Because it
The
was
country-
geared to kids and stuff like that.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
The same shit is happening with vape. Fruity flavors. Bro, the vape smells so good when you exhale.
They do.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like inviting it.
I don't
I
mind.
understand
when
what you're
people
saying.
Vape, I'm like, oh,
So,
sure. I hate
don't-
the fact that you can't do it in the stores. Like
I do it in stores. I
hate
do
the
it
fact-
everywhere.
when you're working behind a register, you used to be able to smoke vape while you're working. Companies are like, because they're cut down on cigarette breaks.
So you think they should vape inside?
I don't have a problem with it,
Really?
but
There's no second hand. It's again, it's
No, I
vapor.
know
Yeah.
that.
It's
I know
water.
that.
Right.
I know that. But interesting that.
And
For a
again, it's not
non-smoker.
great, but it's not the same as cigarettes. Cigarettes, you were inhaling carcinogens.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what was causing the cancer. Nicotine is not great because it's addictive,
I
but
agree.
vape, it's different. You got popcorn lung. There are things, there are dangers that I would not recommend anybody pick it up.
No,
but
yeah. And that's what I mean. Yeah.
You need some dip over there? What's going on?
for real,
Yeah,
no,
man.
he needs a cigarette. Is what he
He's
needs.
about to get a cigarette.
He needs a cigarette.
This is what happens.
This is
people.
what
Quit.
happens.
Quit.
This is what happens. Look,
I
look.
was looking for my monster before this shit started, and I fucking forgot where I left it, and I see it from here.
It's
Man.
over there.
Quit, people. Okay. Quit.
We're
No
outta here.
smoking, guys.
And no bebo mi gente. We'll see you later, man.